Have you ever felt unhappy even when your life was not so bad? Have you ever looked at others and thought, why not me? Do you know what it feels like to have things but still feel empty inside? Many people live like this. They wake up, they work, they sleep, but their hearts feel heavy. They keep thinking about what is missing, and they forget what is already there. If you have ever felt tired inside, if you have ever felt ungrateful without knowing why, this story is for you. Because one small change can change your life forever. Once upon a time, there lived a young man named Mark. Mark was 27 years old. He lived in a small, quiet town near the hills. He worked in a simple office. Every morning, he walked the same road. Every evening, he returned home feeling tired. Mark had a dream. He wanted a better life, a better job, more money, more respect. But his life did not move forward. While others got promotions, Mark stayed the same. While others smiled, Mark complained. People in the town often heard him say, "My life is unfair. Nothing good ever happens to me." At home, his mother cooked warm food, but Mark said, "Why is it always the same meal?" He had a small house to sleep in, but he said, "Why don't I have a big one?" Every day followed the same pattern: work, complaint, sleep. The people in the town began to notice. Some felt sad for him. Some stopped listening. They said quietly, "Mark sees only what he lacks." But Mark did not hear those words. His eyes were fixed on what he did not have. He did not know that this way of thinking would soon test his heart. One morning, Mark received bad news. The company he worked for was closing. Everyone lost their job. Mark walked home slowly that day. His feet felt heavy. His thoughts were dark. "This is my fate," he said. "Nothing good ever stays." Days passed. Money became less. Hope became weaker. Mark searched for work, but failed again and again. One evening, tired and hungry, he walked outside the town. The wind was cold. The sky was gray. Near the old road, he saw an elderly man sitting beside a small fire. The man looked calm. His clothes were simple. His eyes were kind. Mark sat near him without speaking. After a while, the old man said softly, "You look tired, my son." Mark sighed. "My life is broken," he said. "I have nothing." The old man picked up 2 small stones from the ground. He placed one in his left hand and one in his right. "This stone," he said, "is what you don't have. And this one is what you do have." Mark looked confused. The old man closed his left hand tightly. "Now," he said, "look only at this." Mark stared at the closed fist. "Can you see the world clearly?" the man asked. Mark shook his head. Then, the old man opened both hands. "When you hold too tightly to what is missing," he said, "you lose sight of everything else." Mark felt something move inside him, but he did not fully understand. He went home that night thinking deeply. That night, Mark could not sleep. His mind replayed the old man's words. For the first time, he asked himself, "What do I still have?" The next morning, he noticed the sunlight through his window. He had never cared before. He noticed his mother humming while cooking. He had never listened before. It felt strange. That day, he decided to try something new. Every night he would write down 3 things he still had. The first day was hard. He stared at the page for a long time. Finally, he wrote, "I have food today. I have a roof. I am alive." It felt small, but he kept going. Days passed. Some days were painful. Some days he felt angry again. But he did not stop. Weeks went by. Slowly, something changed. Mark began waking up lighter. Not happy yet, but calmer. He helped his mother more. He spoke more kindly. One day, a neighbor asked him to help at a small shop. The work was simple. The pay was little. Before, Mark would have refused, but now he said, "At least it is something." Months passed. Mark learned new skills. He met new people. 1 year later, the small shop grew. The owner trusted Mark. He gave him responsibility. One evening, Mark stood outside the shop, the same road, in the same town, but his heart was different. For the first time, he understood. Gratitude did not change his world, it changed him. Mark's life was not perfect. He was not rich. He was not famous. But he smiled more. People noticed. They said, "You look peaceful now." Mark often remembered the old man and the 2 stones. He finally understood the lesson. When you focus only on what you lack, life feels empty. When you see what you already have, life feels full. The town began to feel warmer to him. The days felt shorter. The nights felt calmer. The same life, a new heart. And that made all the difference. Dear friend, each of us carries 2 stones in our hands. One is what we want. The other is what we already have. If you close your hand too tightly around what is missing, you will lose sight of your blessings. Look at your life today. You are breathing. You are learning. You are still moving forward. Start small. Tonight, write 3 things you are grateful for, because the longer you wait, the heavier your heart becomes. But gratitude, even a little, can light your path again. Gratitude does not change your life first. It changes your way of seeing life. If this story touched your heart, please like this video and share it with someone who needs hope. Welcome to Wisdom Square, where we share stories that heal the heart and improve your English. We will be here every week with new lessons and gentle wisdom. Thank you for listening. And remember, sometimes what you are looking for is already in your hands.